It's good to be with you on this Monday, July the 3rd. This is a day that we do remember, as it was the day that we had a tragedy come upon us that we certainly were shocked by, and yet the Lord has used it in a wonderful way. And we know it's important to remember. We lost a valued staff member, a member of our church in the July 3rd fireworks display at our high school area, and we were all in the parking lot there, and you probably have heard a vehicle came through, and Ben Reimers, a tremendous young man, was killed, and his sister was almost killed, and took a long time for her to recover. And it was really a time of great trauma, and yet from the very beginning we sensed God's hand. God blessed the Reimers family, and God worked mightily in our church. And it's wonderful to know that no matter what Satan does, God can use it for good. And I want to encourage you about that. We know that, as James chapter 1 states very clearly, that we are to count it all joy when we fall into diverse temptations or trials, yet oftentimes we really down deep don't believe that, especially if it seems like the hand of Satan is the one that is behind it. I think of Job, as he clearly had Satan cause the trial, though the Lord brought that up. That trial was excruciating for Job. It exposed his weaknesses, and yet in the end, Job was much stronger. God blessed him, and God did mighty things through him. Plus, we have the book of Job as a real treasure for us as God's people. And so what was very clearly a tragedy for him from Satan, God was able to take that and turn it to good. One of the greatest tragedies of all time was that Satan put Jesus Christ on the cross through human means. And yet God allowed that in perfect timing. Satan didn't realize that he played right into the hand of God. And the greatest blessing of all eternity is our salvation. And so as we are remembering what occurred here to our church family, to the Reimers family, and going back through that, reliving some of those very traumatic moments, we can look back now. Souls have been saved. Folks have been called to the ministry. It's just amazing what God has done through that tragedy. And friend, I want to encourage you, no matter what trials we face, no matter what things come upon us, if we will walk by faith and look to God, even if Satan is the one that did it, God will do a great work. My son had a brain tumor as a little boy, and I think Satan did that to really go after our family, and yet God turned that into great blessing and did a great miracle. Friends, we can trust our God, and we can count it all joy, and may we do that as we go through life. Whatever we face, we can have the life of the Spirit lift us up as we face the trials of life.